Good morning, everyone. It is Sunday, 7:30 in the AM. I have my gigantic coffee here ready to hang out with you until it's gone. I just wanted to give you a quick reminder that on Thursday, we did our Tuesday live, Chandra and we announced our 5,000 subscriber giveaway. And I just wanted to touch base and remind you all to go over to that live and follow the directions. Comment on that video if you want to be entered to win 2 bags of salty electrolytes, 1 jar of KG Foods, Cocoa Zen, and a 7 egg cooker from Nostalgia. Those are things that we're giving away. You have to comment in the right place. I will be announcing the winners next week on this live next Sunday. So you got to be there. Well, you don't really have to be there, but you have to make sure you're getting your comments in the right place. Okay. People are saying hi. I need to talk to my peoples. Jeff Foltz is in the house. He says, "Good morning, PhD people. I will be ear hustling while I'm walking for the first hour." Fantastic. Well, excuse me. Evelyn is here. "Good morning, Dustin." She says, "Good morning, dear. I am so thankful that you're here. Truly honored, blessed, all the things." She also says, "Good morning, friends." Uncle Big Guy is here. He says, "Howdy, y'all. Good morning, Dustin." Arden, thank you so much for being here. Truly appreciate you. I really, really do. Sean is here. Mr. Sean Bradley. "Good morning, sir." Good morning, people, he says. Courtney is here. Good morning, Courtney. How I've missed your face. Oh, I don't see you as much as I would like to. I know those Monday lives would be great, but just getting everything in line to join up on 70s with on Mondays is a little more complicated than you would think. Being an adult is not as easy as you thought it was going to be. Brian Doyle's in the house. Good morning, Mr. Doyle. John Gugahan is here. He says, "Good morning. Happy Sunday." Same to you, sir. Same to you. I'm going to take a coffee break. Oh, it's heavy. Well, I can get to it eventually. This is just a big old cup. It's so heavy. I'm not sure why the coffee's not coming out. It's not giving me coffee. It's not right. I had to break the seal. Weird, right? Andy is here. She says, "Good morning, friends. Walking. I'll catch up after I get back home." Okay. Carl's getting a phone call. He says, "Coffee is calling." John Gugahan saying, "Congratulations for 5K. Thank you so, so very much. I truly appreciate it." Cindy DeManch is in the house. Good morning, ma'am. I am glad you are here. Oh, I can't wait to hear all about your trip. I think you put a video out about it, but I haven't got a chance to watch it yet. Woo! Hungry Heath. Mr. Heath is in the house. "Hey, yo," he says. Magic Matt's in the house. Good morning, Mr. Magic Matt. Thank you so much. He says, "Morning all to you amazing people." Well, I am amazing. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm amazing. In case there was any doubt, I am amazing. But not as amazing as all of you. Thank you. Thank you. Cindy says, "How is everyone doing today?" A lot better than I was doing yesterday. I had a headache like all day and it was rough. Rough like, McGruff the crime dog. And Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. A lot of people saying hello to other people. So, yes, I think I'll take that excuse time to hear a little bit of a drink of this coffee. Cindy says, I did put a video up, had to cut out a lot of pics to get it to upload. Why? That doesn't make any sense. If you edit the videos into, or if you edit the photos into the videos, it should have uploaded. That doesn't make any sense. But as you do, as you are. Started something. Andy says, I made pumpkin sausage soup yesterday for out of town guests. They loved it. Of course, they loved it. Pumpkin sausage soup is the best. I still have mine in the freezer because I want to eat it, but I don't want to eat it because I don't want to have to wait till like October or like November now to get some. I still have a little, I have the serving that I took from your meetup, Andy. Christian Delorme is in the house. Bonjour, everybody. Bonjour. Ha ha ha. He. Croissant. Ha ha. Yes. 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 Don't you guys render your videos before you try to upload them? Because I render my stuff and then I upload it and YouTube doesn't care at that point. So I don't know what you guys are doing. Yeah. Just says eat it, I'll make more. Well, I mean, if you're volunteering, I'll eat as much as you can make. If you haven't tried the Keto Chow pumpkin sausage soup, oh, it's so yummy. It's so yummy. And as you can tell, I have cut the mustache. I like how it's easier to live and eat, but I like it better when it's long. What are you gonna do? I look more like a Muppet, I feel, when with it short. That I need to come there and help you, show you what you're doing wrong. Yeah, I need to. I need to do those things. I need to get out. I need to get out and I need to go and visit you at your house. Mm, mm, mm. I need to do like a YouTube workshop. I might go ahead and I don't know. We'll see we'll see what happens. I noticed a trim mustache on your live the other day, and I watched last night. Much better. You know what? Thank you. Yes, exactly. Yeah. So, food ideas, pumpkin sausage soup. Somebody put a link to the recipe in the description below or in the comments so Christian can find the recipe so he can try it. Yes. Yes. You can order a pack or well, I don't know. I don't know if you're living in Canada. I don't even know if you can get Keto Chow because Keto Chow was delivering to Canada, but because they didn't want to put or don't have not didn't want to, but because they didn't have French on their packaging, they could no longer import their products to Canada because Canada has that whole thing now. If it's not in both English and French, you can't import it or whatever. It's weird. I get it. I get the idea, but like with small companies and small businesses, changing the packaging just to ship to Canada is like impossible. So then you're cutting off their supply. So it's a pain in the butt. So I don't know how you could get a package of keto chow, the flavor you would need for the soup. Yeah. She says the render is fine, but it won't export right. Well, that's part of the render. Rendering and exporting it, rendering and exporting it into MP4 format or whatever to upload to YouTube is the issue. It's put into a screwed ratio, covers half in black. It's crazy frustrating. I downloaded DaVinci to my new computer. Yes, DaVinci is what I use. I've been using DaVinci for 4 years. I do need to finally upgrade to DaVinci, the studio version. It's just $300, a one-time fee. But coming up with $300 to pay for something I've been using for free is kind of a pain in the butt. So yeah, that's what I want to do, but Well, I mean, in United States, we have bilingualisms too. We have Spanish, English, we have all the languages, but we're just not mandating them be put on packaging. I think that's the issue. You know, Premiere Pro is only on my laptop now. I have to learn DaVinci. We're see the thing is Premiere Pro costs money. DaVinci is free for basically anything you would ever want to use it for. There are some features behind the paywall that you may eventually get to where, but at $300 one time, that's better than paying, I think, $60 a month for Premiere Pro. So you want to keep that in mind. Matt says, got a great surprise yesterday. Got a gift from Element for being a first responder. 4 cases of their canned drinks. Wow, that's super cool. Super, super cool. That's awesome, Matt. And you're a first responder for the mouse. Cindy says, I'm still doing everything on my iPhone. I've never had issues. I was using Vlog Now or VN to edit all my content on my phone before switching over to a computer, but you know what I mean? Hungry, he's saying I was using Microsoft Photo Legacy to edit my photos. I mean, I don't even edit the photos as much as I go in and just drop them into Resolve. And then I can zoom them in and make them fit and all that stuff and just overlap them and make them kind of zoom in and out and all that stuff. But you said, did you buy the full version of Resolve? If you have Studio, then you're set. You'll never need to buy anything ever again. They will update it. You'll get all the updates. You can get the betas if you want. So much cool stuff in the Pro version or the Studio version. You can do things like edit by just going in and have it pull up all your audio and edit by the words you say. Some cool stuff. Reach out to me after this, and I will set you up with some YouTubers that do awesome DaVinci Resolve, like Daniel Patel. He has a whole short series, DaVinci Resolve for noobs. He's awesome. He's responsive. He talks to you. He's got 250, 300,000 subscribers and still hangs out and talks. And he's cool. He just looks cool. He's got a hair and a beard. He's just looks cool. United Carnivores in the house. He said, greetings from Tampa Bay. Let's see. I love those canned Element much better than their packets. Yeah, the Element packets are not my favorite. I haven't tried the canned versions yet, you know. You were a first responder before the mouse. Now you're a first responder for the mouse. Let's see. I've been making and enjoying Neely's sour gummy in a jar recipe with Element. The batch I made yesterday accidentally doubled the citric acid. They gon' be tart. Thanks, Andy, for citric acid. We had some because I know our stepdaughter was making that kind of stuff in the beginning, like during the pandemic and stuff. Yeah. I guess it may not necessarily be a real problem. Like, yeah. Let's see. Kept getting messages unable to export, whether it was exporting on my phone or to Dropbox or email. File too big. It was about 20 minutes long. So that's the problem with using your phone, I guess. I've edited and exported and done 3-hour long videos with DaVinci Resolve. And it'll be right back. All right. After these messages, should be right back. Let's see. I've been trying to meal prep to avoid the first couple of weeks of school carb overload. What they have in the teacher's lounge. Ugh. That's the same thing that Shander deals with being a nurse. Because families bring in cookies and donuts and candies and chocolates, and the nurses all have chocolate and candy and all that stuff to keep them going for those 12-hour shifts. And I pack her meat and electrolyte and some cheese and a Propel, and that's it. And she takes her coffee and she takes a water with Simply Lime in it, and she's good to go. Or True Lime, not Simply Lime, True Lime. We buy the big boxes. I went and I looked. We've ordered 7 of the 500 count boxes of Truly Lime. That's 3,500 packets. That's so many packets. But we like it. We use it almost every day. We put it into our water, and it's good. It's good, 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 good. Yes, I'm going to make a video for Amazon for that because the Truly Lime is one of the things in my storefront that I recommend for people. It's just one of those things you can throw in your water. Just adds a little bit of flavor, and it's not an electrolyte. It's just kind of one of those things you can just add. And I mean, you can even we'll take the lime and we'll put the lime in the coconut. No, we won't. We take the lime and we put it in our water, and then we'll take some of like the clear Walmart water enhancers because they have the clear ones now. They have 3 flavors. Well, they have grape and lemon, and then they have a strawberry watermelon or something like that. We're not a big fan of that one. We like the lemon right now. You add the lime and the lemon together, and it's like face like tart. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty delicious. It's a good nighttime water. It's a nighttime water. It's like you get up in the middle of the night, you can have that to drink, and it's like, you know. Oh. So how is everybody doing, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Diane Bailey is here. She says, "Good morning. I've been missing you all. Life has been taking me elsewhere." Well, I appreciate that you are here today. I understand that life cares not about the live streams you want to watch. It's like our Tuesday live stream. Sometimes it's on Wednesday, sometimes it's on Thursday, no matter if we call it a Tuesday live stream or not. That's just the way that it is. But we are glad you're here, and we've been missing you too. Let's see. Stacy took charcuterie boards to all the people who saved Ken's life. We did include crackers, but the whole board was meat, cheese, olives, pickles, and blueberries and cherries. You know what? You guys are so amazing. That's why we've got the best community. That's the title of today's live. We've got the best community. And coffee is life. In case you were wondering. Yes, I know, Cindy. I don't drink coffee, but coffee is life. I remember when my mom would be in the hospital or something, we would take donuts. We've got like these famous donuts here in Indiana by a company. It's a place called if it's going to escape me now. I'm not going to be able to think of it. What is it called? I can't. I'm not going to be. Hey, let me look it up real quick. As soon as I look it up, I'm like, oh yeah. Long's Bakery, and they have they've been cash only forever. You'd wait in line, and I would buy a couple dozen of their cinnamon fries, which are like these holeless donuts. and like in the middle, since there's no hole, just a dip and like the icing pools up. And yeah, I'd buy those when my mom was in the hospital and I would send them out for everybody. I mean, because like, that's the idea is when you're suffering with somebody in the hospital, intensive care, ICU, you want to have something sugary to take your mind off of things. Even though we know better, I know better now, but at the time I was like, I'll bring donuts. That'll be a nice thing to do, you know. Let me see. He says, I've got a busy morning. Need to start cleaning the Blackstone and get started on meal prepping bacon and burgers. I want a Blackstone. I want one of the inside, I want one of the indoor Blackstones so I can do live videos cooking in my kitchen. I can put it on my island, you know, because the way my stove is set up, it's not really good for video because me facing the stove is boring. Me cooking on the island, I can set a camera up and talk with y'all and do the stuff and do the things. But we'll have to figure that out one day. I need to get a cooktop and all that stuff, and I can do all kinds of videos. Let me see. The thing, Matt. So Matt's saying I would do it, but I don't have a great story to tell. Here's the deal, Matt. Your story, regardless of how great you think it may or may not be, will most likely still resonate with people. Your story might be one that someone sitting on the sidelines going, well, I don't really need to do this. I'm okay without this. My wife's doing okay on her own, or my spouse is doing okay on their own. They don't need me to help them out. Your story could be the linchpin or the catalyst that changes that dynamic. So you can never sell yourself short on what you think your story is. Your story, no matter what you think, would or may have a huge impact on someone, regardless of what you think. And that's one of the things that I had to remind myself is I've told my story. I've told my story. I don't need to, now I will go on and tell my story to anybody who will listen because my story could impact somebody. And me telling it on so and so's live stream or so and so's podcast may get to somebody who needed to hear my story. That's the importance of telling your story. Let's see. Indoor Blackstone will make a ton of smokiness. Why? They have indoor ones, don't they? Don't they? I'm gonna look it up. I bet they does. Downside is it's $250. That's not what I wanted to do. Probably because I did the wrong thing here. Let's see. Is that what I want to do here? Some reason it's not letting me do what I want to do. There we go. That's what I want. Yeah, as you can see, they do have a indoor Blackstone here. It's just 250 bucks. I don't see me being able to afford that anytime soon. Ninja has one for 140, just their brand, but not a Blackstone. He said, "Yeah, we were looking at getting the indoor Blackstone, but the original was priced better." Yeah, like you can find some of the outdoor ones at Walmart for like 120, like 120 bucks. That doesn't do me any good if it's negative degrees outside here in Indiana and I want to cook on video for y'all. Darth Carnivore is in the house. Hello, Charlie. He was on Cindy's live stream on Friday. Make sure you go over and take a listen to his story, and they had a great conversation. Make sure to check that out. Let's see. Evelyn is saying, Cindy, are you asking to interview us? I don't know if we are technically able, but we would love to. Why wouldn't you technically be able? I need to get you guys on mine as soon as I get that all squared away. Let us see. Stacy is here. Good morning, dear. Make sure you're giving a Ken a big old hug for me. Blackstone is awesome. Use my griddle in the garage several times per week, making smash burgers and hot dogs down on the farm. All right, yeah. I mean, just for me, I just think it would be nice to be able to cook and hang out and make videos with y'all with me cooking. Because if I gotta cook and make food, might as well hang out and talk with y'all anyway. Maybe not be as long-winded as the Heath crew, but the hungry horde, if you will, with how long they go. They go for hours. They go hard in the paint. But that's okay. Yes. Cleaned out the pantry a little bit yesterday. I need to organize it now. Organize. Does anybody actually like organizing things? Does anybody actually enjoy organizing stuff? I do not like it. I do not like it. I do not want to do it. Cleaning things up is irritating enough. I don't want to organize stuff too. Like I just don't want to do it. You know? You know, I just don't want to do it. Mm, yeah. So, trying to think what's going on this week. Had a headache. Leaving the fair. I was not feeling great. I think the girl brought home something from kindergarten. So Wednesday I slept in a bunch. Thursday I took a nice nap. Friday I took a nap. Just trying to get over. I mean, it wasn't bad. It wasn't the worst feeling, but you know how it is, just like stuffy, congested, feeling good. You know, you know how it is. Just ugh. Then I had a headache from all heck yesterday. Was no fun. It hurt a lot. Just dreading the heat. It's not even 7 a.m. and it's already 81 degrees outside. Yeah, that sounds terrible. I do not envy you, Heath, not a little bit. But you do live closer to the ocean than I do, so I mean, there's that. Well, ocean, gulf, if you will. It's to me, it's the ocean. It's a gigantic body of water that's salty. Has anyone found a keto carnivore use for a bread maker? Has anybody tried doing like those like making the like the bread, the like the Neely and the Maria Emmerich breads in a bread maker? Has anyone tried that? Has anyone tried that? Sean says, I have to organize stuff at work all the time, so home's kind of a mess. I mean that is my job kind of, but I just nobody puts stuff away. Jen says, playing hooky from church. Well, I'm glad you're here. You were texting me awful early this morning. So she was texting me at like 6 a.m. this morning. Matt saying, what's this nap thing you talking about? You know what? I take full advantage of my abilities to take naps. I know tomorrow, once we get the girl to school, Shander will be tired from working Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and she'll probably want a nap. And I will probably snuggle next to her and nap too, even though I've got stuff to do. I've always got stuff to do, but naps are kind of one of those things. Sydney says, I did see a video of Southern Ketos yesterday making an artisan style loaf of bread, a very heavy loaf of bread for sure. It was very good, but I want to tweak it some. I am sad because I didn't get a chance. I was hoping to go see Chris and Ash on Friday because they were just 2 hours north of me, and Ash was playing a set of her music at Sweetwater, which is a combo of things. It's like a warehouse, distribution center, showroom, music store, office building type thing. And they have places where bands to perform because they'll have bands that crisscross the United States stop in, tour, take a look around, and all that stuff. They even have like a used room of all these used equipment. You can find pretty good stuff in there. They were playing, but it was at noon on Friday, and I dropped the girl off at school around 8:45. And if I would have left then, I could have made it there in time to see them play. But I would have not necessarily been able to make it back in time to pick the girl up. So that was unfortunate, and I was very upset with that. As much as I don't want to, I need to get out there and get started. Time to stop procrastinating. Talk to you later. Well, be safe, Heath. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Take breaks if you need to. Don't get heat exhaustion. You know, yeah. And what do you use a bread box for? Bread. Yeah, that's where I was going to say Fort Wayne at Sweetwater. I was wanting to go, but it was just wasn't going to work out. Ash is going to be in Russell Springs, Kentucky on September 6th. We are going online with my sister Deb. I might be able to go to that depending on how far that is away from me. I don't know how far it is. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Russell Springs. I can fly there for 341 to Russell Springs. So it's near Bowling Green. Okay, so that's like almost that's yeah. So that's near Bowling Green. Okay, it's south of Elizabethtown. Okay, all right, 242 miles. Might be out of my way. Probably out of my way. Probably just a little bit farther than I should go. Right? Right. Cindy said it's an hour from them. Matt says, hopefully Ash and Chris come down to Central Florida next year. I imagine they will, because before KPL, they will be in California. I don't know what's going on with my internet. It's just being laggy today. I pay for fiber. I pay for a gigabit internet, and I shouldn't have this. It's irritating. I should not have freezing up internet. No, has nothing to do with that. I have gigabit internet. It shouldn't be laggy. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit at all. Shouldn't lag at all. Good morning, Christy. Thank you for being here. Charlie says, I think Xfinity likes to down throttle my internet speed while trying to live. That's the thing, is like you would think that paying for gigabit speeds, fiber, they always tout fiber internet as direct to use speeds, and not the whole thing with cable internet was you were sharing with your neighborhood. So if you had whatever it was speeds coming into your neighborhood, it was then divided by every house that had it. So that's where fiber was supposed to be the thing and get you the fastest internet directly to you. And whenever I run like the speed test, it's always really good. But when I go to stream, it's all glitchy. So I don't know what's going on. Milady is back. Andy back again. Yes. Oh. Crushing Keto in the house. Good morning, Jess. How are you doing, buddy? Don't forget to smash that likes. Don't forget to smash that button, that like button. 11 likes. 25 people watching. Only 11 likes. I don't know if that does anything or not, but Cindy, I think Sean or my brain just goes. I think Jess would be a good person to have on your live stream sometime. See, look at that. My brain goes, I got one name, and then I go to get the other name, and it doesn't work. And then I get that name, and then the other name doesn't work. But yeah. Christian Delorme says, not sure if it's keto, but there's a recipe from our family to yours. Bacon wrapped meatballs cooked on the barbecue or smoker. He said he'll send me pics on X. Okay. So it just depends on what kind of binder you're utilizing in the meatballs, and if you're dipping them in barbecue sauce or whatever. You can keto just about any kind of recipe like that. So yeah, I'll take a look at the recipe, and then I will probably, if there's breadcrumbs in it or whatever, then you'll want to pull the breadcrumbs out and utilize like maybe pork rinds or a mix of pork rinds and Parmesan cheese, that kind of stuff. But yeah, Cindy should have Jess on your podcast sometime. Let's see. Not too bad. I may be in and out this morning, but I wanted to be here. Well, thank you so very much. Truly appreciate you, sir. I love the sharing of channels because, again, this community, we've got the best one, the best community. Everybody knows it. You could run a trace route to YouTube and see if there's something causing a lag. Might be not related to you at all. It could be a YouTube server. It could be, but I'm running through StreamYard. I'm streaming to StreamYard, and then it's pushing it out to X, YouTube, and Facebook, which really shouldn't have much of a lag issue, but we'll figure it out. Uh, Andy says, our friends are still sleeping, but we're waking them up with eggs and bacon. Well, that's super sweet. Christy says, our community is the best. I'm meeting up with a couple other YouTubers in a few hours. So excited. Do tell. Do tell. Who are you meeting up with? Jen says, you had me at bacon wrapped. I like to use lean ground beef, butter, add cream for meatballs. The smell of bacon and eggs is a great way to be woken up. And coffee. Coffee is one of those, like, you smell coffee, you're just like, oh, coffee. Yeah, coffee. And I know that there's a lot of people out here who may not drink coffee or whatever, you know. Yeah. So pork rinds or Parmesan cheese or, yeah. So let's see. Jenny Mittich and Carnivore Leo Rhonda, they are down in San Diego for Low Carb San Diego. So I'm going down for lunch. I would love to go to Low Carb San Diego, but that's more like, that's not so much creator oriented. It's more doctor and practitioner oriented. But I think it would still be fun to go. I want to go at least one time. Yeah, and I think it's like $1,000 or more to go to that conference, isn't it? Because it is more oriented towards doctors and practitioners. So they're getting something for their practice. But at least I think that they do put out a lot of the talks over time. It's like a lot of the conferences, like, you don't always get a lot of the talks. Like, I know whatever ones that like talks, like Keto Palooza talks, like I'll film those and stuff, but you know what I mean? Well, that's not bad, $500. Let's see. I haven't posted anything on that channel for a while. That's my old Call of Duty game photos. Wanted to be a gamer YouTuber, but sucks so bad. Ah. Well, thank you so much for being here, Mr. Gugahan. I truly hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you again for joining us, and we love you. Yeah, so I have a whole music channel that I've never actually posted on before. I want to talk music and just get in the nitty gritty of albums and have musicians on and talk, but YouTube makes it so difficult because of copyright strikes and all that stuff. It would just be one of those things. Ugh. Who's going to KPL? I'm excited for KPL. I know that they have like less than 40 tickets left. So if you haven't got your ticket yet and you are planning on going, you might want to not put it off much longer. Mm. So Jen Lucas says, I geek out when it's aimed at the professionals like Bickman and Feldman. Yeah, like Bickman, Feldman, and then you get into like Finney and Volek and all of these amazing people. That's what I used to love watching all the low carb down under stuff. I don't even know like if they're still doing low carb down under, but that'd be a cool one to go to. Just gonna fly all the way to Australia. Charlie says, getting ready for yoga since my racquetball partner is sick. Yoga always makes me sweat because I'm a very inflexible person. Well, I mean, that's how you get flexible, right? Get into jujitsu and they'll make you flexible. Sherry Reagan is here. Good morning. Still got a lot of that residual congestion. Ugh. Kids. And also, we've been, not eating as clean as we usually do. So that probably plays into it as well. Like when my shoulder and my arm went all messed up the other like a couple like 2 weeks ago. I was like, oh, it hurts. Everyone's like, are you having a heart attack? And I'm like, no, it's my elbow, you know? And then headaches and just feeling grouchy and mm. Ah. Let's see. Charlie, can you touch your toes? My muscle bound little brother has never been able to. I can touch my toes like if I'm sitting down. I can touch my toes. I try to stretch in the shower and just kind of bend over and pop my back a little bit. And I've been like working out my neck because it's always been so stiff. And now I work it out and I get a little more pops and crackles than I used to. So I think it's loosening up some, maybe. Still need somebody who can just get in there and just like, I need like someone like Andre the Giant to come and just pull me apart. Just be like, like an accordion, but Uncle Big Guy is gonna be at KPL. Charlie says, Jennifer, yes, I can touch my toes from a standing position. Well, aren't you special? Let's see. Hit the like button. Thank you, Evelyn. Sean says, my sons played Assassin's Creed games. I liked playing the online games because that's what all my work friends do. So my love-hate relationship with video games was always I liked video games. But when the kids got into the video games, trying to get them to do anything besides video games really soured me on video games. Like we don't even have a console in the house anymore. I don't have any games downloaded on the computer. I don't even think there's any games that came on this laptop. I have a poker game on my phone, which I hardly play. Usually I play that in the middle of the night. If I fall asleep and wake up in the middle of the night and Chandra's asleep, I'll play poker for like an hour until I'm ready to go back to sleep. But other than that, I always wanted a rack like Adam's family. Wow, I'm tired. How do you spell Adams? I think that's right. Yeah. Is it two D's? I don't know. I was wondering where you're going with the rack thing, but I was like, it's a little early for after dark. But Sherry says, question. I like to wear costumes. Would an inflatable uniform costume be acceptable? But I don't want to wear it all day. Thinking of changing it into it on a break. Are there breaks at KPL? Yeah, there's like 10 minutes in between speakers and stuff on Saturday. People go to the bathroom and all that stuff. And if you stay at the Galt House, you can just run upstairs to your room and change. I don't know, like if you wanted to be, I don't know, like I don't see why anybody would care as long as you're not standing in front of a bunch of people and they can't see you around you or whatever. But if you are, let's see. What was I? Clicked on the wrong one. But anyway, Evelyn says, I took the days off for KPL as sick days because we're allowed to use those for doctor visits, etc. I figured I'm going to a health conference. It should count. So you would think then, that like using an HSA card, you could buy Keto Palooza tickets because there's going to be a doctor there. Oh yeah. Wish we could go to KPL. We enjoyed Orlando so much. I know KPL would be even bigger and more fun. I don't know about bigger. I don't know how many people are at Keto Orlando. KPL is like capped at 350 people total. So I don't think it's bigger. But again, I don't remember. I don't know how many people were at Keto Orlando, but it is better. Sean says, when I was in the Navy, I went to a training class. The instructor said there were no games on them. I bet them, let's see, went to a training class. The instructor said there were no games on them. I bet them a steak dinner that I could find one. I won, and they weren't happy. Yeah, ask Dr. Barry a note for work. It is a good way to use a sick day. So are you guys coming in on Thursday night then, Evelyn? Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, let's see. Jen says, I stink at video games. I got a motorized all-terrain chair with a joystick. I see crashes in my future. I should dress such as a crash test dummy. Wait, what costume at KPL? No, I'm not drunk. Thursday early day. Yes. Susan and Andy will be there Friday night. Charlie says, ask Dr. Barry for a sick note for anal glaucoma where you just can't see your ass coming into the work. Woo! All right. Good morning. All right. All right. I might actually try to meet Dr. Barry this time. I shook his hand at Low Carb for Better Health, but that was like a very brief, like, hey, we'll see. I might actually try to talk to him this time. But he's always busy to get a line. Very important man. Charlie with the big joke for this morning. All right, everyone's laughing at Charlie. I mean, laughing with Charlie. So, whew, Charlie. Did it? YouTube asked if I wanted to hide your. You made a friendship bracelet with Dr. Barry. That's pretty cool. The duck, the duck, Darkwing Duck. Let's get dangerous. I changed my thyroid medicine because of Dr. Barry. I'll talk to him about it this time. Evelyn said, I'll allow it. Look at you, Charlie. You're putting all the mods to work. It's good to have mods. Like I was trying to say, like I was watching Courtney Luna live the other day. She was on a vertical live and she didn't have any mods. Like I don't know how you could have like be the, kind of like her where she's at and not have any moderators in your live. Like, that's crazy to me. Like especially vertical live because vertical live kind of wiggles its way out into and you get more people coming in where these lives are more people that are normally here on a regular basis and so we're less likely to get kind of trash talking stuff going on. But the vertical lives, you're going to get a lot of it, and with no moderators, that's like that's ballsy. Sean says Michelle and I still don't know what time we'll be at KPL. Don't know if she has to work on Thursday yet or not. Let's see. Rick says woke up late. I have been digging ditches all week. Well, getting that exercise in. Evelyn, I had to get a hair twister to play with. Of course you did. Cindy says, Dustin, you are a moderator along with Sana on mine. Yeah, but the issue is if you are also streaming to Sana's page and she's not on there, does she have any moderators? Because it seems like that one time you had issues with people talking trash on her side of things, and I couldn't do anything about it. That's where the issue comes in. There's nothing to moderate about you. I beg to differ. Cindy says we'll be at KPL Friday afternoon. Christy says I'm working on the Cass Elliot song. Will be fair. Mamas and Papas should be coming out soon, just for you. Just for you. Andy says vertical lives are invading my shorts feed. Some guy walking the streets of Thailand. He was funny. That's like one of the first vertical live I ever did is right when they announced it, and I got like 15 subscribers out of that. And then after that, it was never quite the same. I think then it was oversaturated. So, and it's difficult sometimes to find them. Let's see here. She said Javelin, not Evelyn. Like Jaqueline, Javelin. She has you and Shauna, I think. Okay. She need to add me if or whatever, and then I can help. But yeah. Rick says, I need to write down the words to the way I sang Sunday will never be the same. You're going to have a heart attack. Courtney says, I just caught up on 2x speed because I had to pause before. You guys gave me the nicest hello. Well, thank you. Well, that's what we're here for. The best community ever. Rick, you can start selling your songs and then you won't be poor anymore. You won't have to live on iguana tails. Or sing a song about iguana tails like DuckTales. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Javelin. I love it. I love it. Sean says you should do a Does It Metal. Take the kids' songs with metal riffs. Well, that's one of the things like Ola, one of the guys that I watch on YouTube, he has a video series where he takes guitar equipment and asks, will it chug? Will it chug? You know, chun, 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 chun. Rick loves his iguana tails. Woo! I would not know how to live not being poor. Well, it's just the same, but then your checking account doesn't go empty. I mean, You would probably not really live all that different. I mean, you might have air conditioning and be able to travel a little bit more, but then you'd still eat iguana tails and all that stuff. Just wait for it to get cold in Miami for the food to fall the trees. Jen says, I don't laugh easy on reels, but I sent you the one that cracked me up. I'll have to look at it. I have iguana cravings. Let's see. Andy's asking Courtney, can I ask why you're on hiatus? Just subscribed. No, but for real, Rick eats a lot of iguana tails. He eats iguana tails. He eats duck eggs. He loves his ducks. He eats a lot of duck. He lives down in Miami area, and he's poor, so he says. He's probably got a mansion like Mar-a-Lago, but he's like telling us that he's poor. What? No way. It's been a long time since we had winter here and free meat everywhere. Let's see. Courtney says, I have chronic health issues that keep me from doing a constant show. I'm on enough other channels right now to keep me busy, and if you want to know my health challenges, you can ask. You live in like Wreck-It Ralph? Your bacon is twisty. Did Chris Bear twist it for you? I've never done the twisty bacon trend. To me, it just seems like a lot of work. I can just fold the bacon in half and just make trays of bacon and be good. Of course, I haven't made bacon in a while. I probably should make some soon. I don't even have any thawed out. All the bacon I have is in the freezers. Andy says okay, just being nosy. You know. Don't iguana tails grow back? So you could essentially live on those forever with just a few iguanas. Yeah, you'd have to see like how long does it take? Someone that's better at math than me would have to be like, okay, if an iguana tails grow this big enough to eat within this amount of time, and you can just like pop it off and then just let it grow back. So yeah, that's like an infinite food glitch. You're not poor anymore, Rick. Just get a lot of iguanas. Sanford and Son, they weren't poor. That's what I just said, Cindy. I said I don't have any thawed. It's all in the freezer. I haven't thought about bacon in a while. I did find so I did find at Kroger like actual big sausage patties that are like thick burger sized sausage patties the other day. I bought those. I'm gonna try eating those one of these days. Iguana tails don't come off as easy as small. Well, you gotta put your back into it. Okay, Rick? You got to put your back into it. You got to just hooah, like hot tour, and rip off that thing. You get me? And he says today is the first time, but with guests. It seems like a great idea since they are being barraged with new foods and flavors. Sounds good. Sounds good. Somehow, twist bacon looks more like an appetizer for non-keto guests. If the bacon is thick cut, I just lay it out on parchment paper lined baking sheet. If thin, I fold it in half. Well, I don't buy thick cut bacon typically. I have some in the freezer whenever it pops up on sale. If I'm at a grocery and it's like buy one get one or something like that, then I'll buy thick cut. But typically, I like the thinner cuts because then I fold it in half and it gets all crispy, yummy, yummy. Courtney says, I don't, lady laugh a lot. I'm still going to be streaming randomly, but for now, I'm on a weekly Sunday night show and Monday show and Wednesday. Just not my channel. Yeah, so she's on like a Monday show with 70. She's on a Sunday night show with Mark D with a C. And then I'm not sure the Wednesday show you're on. I'm not sure. So I know the Sunday and the Monday show and the Wednesday show I'm not familiar with. At least I don't think. I don't know. Rick says, just ate my 4 eggs and 1 pound of ground beef breakfast. That's a perfect breakfast. Unless you like 6 eggs, then you're too short. They haven't noticed my huge collection of bacon fat filled jars. It's better than being like Howard Hughes and having other stuff filled jars. I'm just saying. Is all I'm saying is I'm just saying. As long as you're just saying. My griddle claims it holds 69 slices of bacon. Challenge accepted. Wait, what now? Your griddle claims it holds. What griddle is this? What griddle? Because that 69 slices of bacon sounds like a good time. Now, did you eat 4 duck eggs or 4 hen eggs? Because like 4 duck eggs is like 8 hen eggs, give or take. And then, because I usually like 6 to 8 eggs, and I like them over slimy, like scrambled slimy, so they're scrambled wet. I don't like super dry eggs like everybody else in my house. Evelyn says, I have leftover crab meat that my daughter thought was too much work to dig out. I will put it in my scrambled eggs this morning. Yeah. I did find at Sam's Club, Sam's Club carries imitation crab that's not super high in carbs, not super low in carbs either, but it's not as bad as the average. So I've got that a couple times. Super delicious. I just I just put it in with butter and garlic powder and some salt. Oh, eat it with a fork. So good. 4 store-bought boring eggs. Well, 36-inch pit boss. Look at you, grilling like a boss. Stacy says our favorite way with bacon is to dehydrate it. So you just make it run around in the sun until it dries out. You don't lose the fat from it. I made 3 pounds with less than 4 ounces of drippings. We like pepper sprinkled on it to cook. I've been using less and less pepper. I found that like pepper kind of makes me feel congested and like sneezy, so I haven't been using pepper for a while. I like crushed red pepper on stuff, but that's about it. I need to make an iguana omelet video. Or just make it and just roll the tail up. One of these days I'll be down in your neck of the woods and you can cook me some iguana tail. That'll be awesome. Iguana meat cooked in iguana eggs. I was gonna say, do they even have eggs and how often do they lay them? Buy that for $1. I'm sometimes an imitation crab. Courtney's on AOL. She's AFK, driving and listening. Well, I don't have any white pepper. I've got tons and tons and tons of black pepper that I'm probably never going to get through now. So I'm not going to go buy something else. Okay. Is that fine with you? Probably. That's what it is. But yeah, I don't know. I just salt and sometimes garlic powder. Let's see. Rick says, in 17 years on YouTube, I have yet to meet anyone in person. Let's see who will be the first. It might be me. You never know. I mean, because my parent-in-laws live at the southern tip of Florida, so like between Miami and the Keys. So no, no, no. I identify actually with all the dwarfs. Sneezy, sweet, sneezy, grumpy, Doc, sleepy. Well, all of them. All of them. Jeff Foltz didn't get lost. He's back. He didn't get lost. He has made it back. Everyone, call off the search. Wow, Jennifer, we'd love to get one, but then we never use it. We've seen him when I went out with, people. I think it was Cindy and Brian were there, and, James and Emily and Chandra and I and Jackie and, um, um, Jen and Jen Delaney and Brian Delaney. So it was Jen and all the people were at Jungle Gyms, and Jungle Gyms carries ostrich eggs. So if you can make it to Cincinnati and go to Jungle Gyms, you get an ostrich egg. But I imagine that somewhere in Orlando, there's some kind of international market where you can get an ostrich egg. I'm sure, yeah, I'm sure they have some. Andy says, bought a grill 5 years ago, used it once. Susan is scared to use it after it blew over in a thunderstorm. Well, we got well, Shander had a grill when we got together and it just basically rusted apart. So then for like a season, the kids use it as a charcoal grill, even though it was a gas grill. They disconnected the gas and basically, just put charcoal in it, and then we threw it away. Um, I think we threw it away. I don't even know if it ever went away. Sure, it did. I don't think it's in the backyard anymore. But we got a pellet grill, and it has to be plugged in, so I keep it in the garage since it's got electronics and stuff in it. Yeah, Robin and Callie. Yeah, yeah, sleazy for sure. Sleazy. That's me. I'm a sleazy dwarf. How you dare? I bought a 5 serving container of crab meat at Costco last week. It was some of the best I've had. Yes, I compared it to fresh Alaska, Oregon, and Washington crab. I don't know what it is, but like imitation crab is just it's one of those things that I'll have every once in a while, even though it's basically just fish parts. It's like fish goo with some starch. But it tastes so good. Sean says, be thankful you all couldn't hear me in my outburst just now. I dropped my car off yesterday and it won't be ready until Tuesday. I just realized I left my favorite coffee mug in my car. No. I'd go get it. I would go get it. Mm. No, whatever will you do? Go get it. Andy says, I love Jungle Gyms. It's our monthly grocery store. I would love to have a meetup and have everybody meet up at the international market we have here because I think it's a better international market than the part of Jungle Gyms. I mean, it's a more realistic, I think. Around here, well, I don't use lead pellets, okay, bud? I use wood pellets, wood ones that are pellets. Sean, I'm contemplating driving over there to get it. It's only 30 minutes away. Yeah, it's only 30 minutes away. No. But it was 5 servings. Everything like I love when they're like, it's 5 servings. I'm like, nope. That's 1 serving for me. Double bummer. Oh, I forgot to text Danny. Hold on, everybody. Hold on. No, Danny, forgot to text Danny. Let me text him. I just sent him a text. I said, I forgot to text you. I'm 75 minutes into my live. Ah! I'm going to take a picture of this. Hold on. I forget it. I want to have another meetup there. It's so busy though at Jungle Gyms on a day we can meet up there that like you can't just kind of congregate and then you're in everybody's way. How heavy is your cart thing though? How would it be to lift that into our to the SUV that I have? Resealable bacon package. What a joke. Right? It's like, what am I gonna do with the other half of the bacon? What do you mean the other half of the bacon? I always make 2 pounds at a time anyway. I always open two packages, not just one. And Jen's saying hi to Danny before he even gets here, I think. Unless I'm missing something. Let's see if he's responded to my text messages yet. Oh, he's been in. He just hasn't said anything. Telling him we just want to make sure he knows he's loved. I said, I just want to make sure you know you're loved and we notice when you're not in the chat. Might just take a bit. You know. See, there we go. There's Danny. Let's see. Yeah, it's like when you put it's like they're just wasting the zippers on it. Like they're wasting their oh, let me see. I'm trying to figure out. You make the whole package. Yeah, they're wasting the resealableness. They should put it on something else that you're not gonna use the whole package of. Is Jungle Gyms the place in Cincinnati? Yes. Went there once when I was at training and it was a really awesome place. So it's cool because they've got the international section and then they've also got like the regular grocery store section, which has a lot of stuff that like some grocery stores don't always have. But I think if you want the legitimate, true international feeling, we have one here in Indy that's like an international spot set up for people who actually want that stuff. It's not a touristy place. It's actually where people go on a weekly basis and do all their shopping. It's packed, and I mean, and it's legit though. 50 pounds, but I have a come along, so I can personally get it in my car with a mat to protect my bumper. Oh, okay. Yeah, there were two locations in the Cincinnati area. Stacy says 5 healthy size servings made open faced portobello mushroom sandwiches, fresh on the plate, and scrambled eggs. Woo! Shh, Danny's here. Dummy up. I don't know what she's talking about. Chill! Hi, everyone. I'm still sleeping. Dustin, but I wanted to stop in to remind you to be yourself. 100. No cap on God. Okay, back to sleep I go. Bye! I love you, Jill. On God. Anyway. Okay, let's see. The Jungle Gyms on Dixie Highway is the one I go to right down the street from my plasma donation place. And Jeff says, I live 3 miles from the Eastgate Jungle Gyms. So what's the difference between the two different locations? Is one more touristy than the other? Really, realistically, what's the main differences? Let's see. We fixed the 4 pound packs of bacon all at once. That usually lasts Michelle and me until Wednesday when we fix it on Sunday. Oh, yeah. Jen says, I haven't been to any destination grocery stores. Now you have your cart. You should go to the 30th Street, Saraga. Make sure your battery's good and charged because it's a decent sized place. So Heath says, well, I ain't no quitter. Blackstone refused to light, so I loaded a dozen burgers as well as 2 racks of bacon onto the Traeger. Adapt and overcome. Look at that. You got a Traeger and you got a Blackstone. You are living the life, Heath. You've got everything you could ever want. You got all the toys. You got everything you need. And make sure you say hello to Shelly when she wakes up. Give her a hug from all of us. That's what you got to do. Adapt and overcome. And Cindy says they're both about the same from what I remember. Try using the portobello caps for pizza crust pile on the toppings. Nope. Robin is here. Hello, Robin. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Jeff's only been to one of them, the one that's close. Jen says that both 30 miles. I mean, you could literally get in your little cart, drive all the way there, go all around the store, and then drive all the way back in the cart. You should be fine. You should be fine. It's fine. First world problems. I was looking at a Traeger. I just didn't have $1,000 to spend on the grill. We got one for $300, $315, and we hardly use it because then I have to pull it out of the garage. It's just a pain in the butt. That would be another keto slogan: fat, adapt, and overcome. Probably keto adapt and overcome because the fat adapt, like the saying the fat thing, kind of is not so great for the algorithm. They think you're making fun of people. Cindy said, or Jen says, Cindy, a bit of sauce to make like a sloppy Joe with the meats, then top it with olives, cheese, etc. Gross. I like olives by themselves. I like that. I can eat olives as a snack, but I am not going to put olives on other stuff. No thanks. They're good and salty. They're delicious. Coffee. And I'm thinking to myself, I need to add some of the vertical lives back into my rotation. It's just a matter of what do I talk about? I don't know. I want to get people in to hang out and do those, and I don't mind fighting with people or having weird people come in, but I can always set it up to where you got to be a member for 5 minutes to leave a comment or something. That would deter most of the trolls, but Well, I know that, but what I'm saying is That's one of the things, like, even Dr. Barry had mentioned the idea of not utilizing the word fat and calling it keto adapted because YouTube tends to suppress things and then it won't get out to the people who need it the most. That's not true, Cindy. I do run out of things to say sometimes. Also, I'm here by myself a lot, so then I don't have anybody to talk to. So when I get on here, I have a lot of I just bleh. My mom used to call it diarrhea of the mouth. Gross. I would eat olives on scrambled eggs. There's definitely something wrong with you. You know, it's not that we don't love you, but gross. I'm like granddaddy. I'm like my granddaddy used to say, no such thing as can't only, can't hardly. Okay. I don't know what that means. Sometimes grandpas will say stuff. You're like, what does that even mean? I have used that term before. Yeah. Just talk, 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 talk. Never, never, never. Blah, 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 blah. I mean, it stands to reason that I am able to kind of get on here and talk for 2, 3 hours on a Sunday. Shannon and I can talk for hour and a half on Tuesdays. Then I can go on anybody else's live stream and just talk, talk, talk. I go on a Tuesday night live stream. You know, I do have to finish watching today. I'm watching the. So, if anybody ever seen the movie, the Quentin Tarantino movie, The Hateful Eight, it's a western. It's pretty brutal as far as westerns go. Um, it's got an amazing cast. It's got Samuel L. Jackson, Walton Goggins. Um, it's got I can't think of what his name is. It's got a lot of great actors in it. Okay, let me look it up so I can tell you who all's in it because it's a good movie. Yeah, so it's a hard. It is definitely a hard movie to watch. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Um, it's got Samuel L. Jackson, Kurt Russell, Jennifer Jason Lee, Walton Goggins, Tim Roth. It's got Michael Madsen, um, Zobel's in it. Trying to see where's the other one other guy that's one of the most amazing actors in it. For some reason, he's not showing up here in the main cast. Why is the guy not showing up in here? I don't understand why. What is his name? He was also in Christoph Waltz. He's also in it. I love Christoph Waltz. He's an amazing actor. Why he's not in the credits for that movie, I'll not. I don't understand. But if you haven't seen Django Unchained, is another western that's amazing. Another Quentin Tarantino classic. Let's see. Cindy said, "My parents used to call my younger sister Motormouth Mona." And Sean says we call it self-winding ratchet jaw. Let's see. Jen says Heath Hubs always said can't, never did anything, tried did. That I can't. I don't get it. Let's see. He's saying instead of thinking that you cannot do something, Instead, you should tell yourself that you can't hardly do it. Just push yourself and find a way. Well, yeah. Brutal. We grew up with Three Stooges and a Roadrunner. Okay, then watch The Hateful Eight and tell me that it didn't mess with you, okay? All right? Let me know. It's a growed up movie. Let's see. Oh, yeah. People are saying those are brutal. Yeah, you haven't seen The Hateful Eight, and you haven't seen Django Unchained either. They're very difficult to watch, but fantastic movies. The dialogue is perfectly written. If you love Quentin Tarantino movies, then you'll understand. Um, Jen says, ladies looking for a couple cabin mates, room for 4 for the meat stock retreat. I looked at that. It was like $2,000. Woo! That's a lot of money, folks. I know that's probably for like everything all included. That's still a good chunk of change. Sean says, it's been a while since I've seen The Hateful Eight. It was Tarantino's take on The Magnificent Seven. I'm watching. So if you have Netflix, they have 2 versions. They have like the theatrical release and they have an extended cut. Extended cut's probably like a half hour, 45 minutes more footage, a lot more dialogue. And that's what I'm watching, but they break it into 4 episodes. So yeah. Also, I told Shander that the other day. I'm not growing up because if I did, I couldn't be a Toys R Us kid. Cindy says, just pick a date, Evelyn. Just pick a date. Okay? Do it. Shelly King is in the house. Good morning, beautiful people. Happy Sunday. I slept in today and I needed it. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Dude, you're killing my sales pitch. All right. That's what I do. I looked into Meat Stock Retreat too. Too rich for my blood for sure. Would love to go. I would love to go. That'd be awesome. A lot of cool people there. If I was making money on YouTube, I could totally justify going. I'd vlog the whole thing, record everything. But I don't have the money up front. He says, I don't think I've ever seen a Quentin Tarantino flick that I did not enjoy. That was a sentence going somewhere I was not gonna like. I was like, you don't think you've ever seen a Quentin Tarantino movie? Oh, but you didn't enjoy it. Okay. All right. I feel you now. Christoph Waltz is one of my favorites. He plays the best villain. Yeah. And I love In the Hateful Eight because he's in it and Walton Goggins is in it too. And they're such great actors. Such great actors. Cindy, the conference is $300. That's a lot of money. That's like I could pay for the entire editing suite for my video software. I don't even have it. Thanks to the pups, I've been up since 5 a.m. Gross. But at least you let Shelly sleep in. You're a smart man. I do the same thing. I let Shander sleep in a lot. I'll just get up and hang out with the girl and make breakfast, and I'll even make her coffee and get it ready to go. So as soon as she comes downstairs, it's all ready to go. Sometimes she has to put it in the microwave, but you know. Andy says, gotta sign off. Friends are awake and in the kitchen. Love you guys. Love this community. Starts my morning off so well. Well, thank you, Andy, for being here. Give everybody my love, hugs, and all that stuff around. And we'll see you soon, okay, dear? Bye-bye. All right. Yeah, have a great day. Hi, Cindy, and hi, Evelyn. Oh, the love. We've got the best community. Again, if you want to sign up to win some stuff from us coming to you, go into the description of this video once it's over. Click on the link in the description for the video that we did Thursday. You will find the instructions on how to enter to win 2 bags of salty, 2 full 30 packet bags of everything flavored salty, one jar of KG Foods Cocoa Zen in the new formulation, and a 7 count or an egg cooker that cooks 7 eggs. And it's also got like a little steamer basket thing in it as well. So you get one of those, you get all the salties. It's like $80. It's like $80 because the salty bags are 33 bucks a piece. That's $66. The KG food stuff is like $12, $13. So that's right there. That's 80 bucks right there. I think. I don't know. And then $8 or $9 for the egg cooker. Whatever. We'll ship it to you. Lower 48 only, unfortunately. Nobody in Canada, no other places in the world. Lower 48 for the United States. But make sure you go and you follow the directions so we can pick you as a winner. I'll be picking winners next Sunday. Gives you another whole other week to sign up. So you don't forget. You find out how to do it and you sign up. I want you to win. Cletus Van Dam may be my favorite Walton character. I don't know. Walton just so good. Like if you've not watched Justified, Walton is amazing in that entire series. He's just so good. Rick says, my day off and I already have a repair call. Well, look at you making money. Jennifer Lucas, I haven't seen a Quentin Tarantino movie yet. Come on, he's got like 15 movies and they're all good. Already done. I know, but I'm talking for everybody else, okay? Trying to get the most people signed up. There's not a lot of movies being made these days that I want to watch. Quentin Tarantino movies I will put on and watch. Like it took me a while to finally sit down and watch the Hollywood movie they did. And it was really good. I really liked it. But there's just so many cheesy movies that come out, like so much that comes out I don't even care about that, you know, I don't know. Shelly says, I get up at 3:30 and 4:15 every day. So 5:45 isn't too crazy, but I'll take it. We have 5 people out with COVID right now at work, so I'm making sure I sleep and stay well. I don't need that again. Oh my goodness. Oh, yeah. Venus Van Dam from Sons of Anarchy. Yeah, that was an interesting choice of role for Walton. I loved it. You want you to win too? I want you to win, Evelyn. I want all of you to win. I want all of you to enter. I want all of you to win. But let's be real. If you're following me and you're subscribed and you watch these, you're already winning, fam. You're already winning. You woke up this morning. I'm stealing this from Goody Beats. You're already winning. You woke up this morning. Jen says, I keep forgetting to enter. I'm like a drug pusher. When I win keto products, I give them to people who are on the fence about trying keto. Well, yeah, that works for me too. So everybody make sure to enter, because if you don't enter, you can't win. No matter how bad I want you to. I want each and every one of you to win. At least have the opportunity to win. I don't know when we'll do another giveaway. I don't know. We might do a giveaway at 10,000. Someone like 6 years. Hope it doesn't take that long to hit 10,000. Usually it's more of a snowball effect. Takes a long time to hit 1,000, then you kind of roll along and you get more and more and more. So we'll see. Evelyn, hashtag already a winner. Yes, you are. You know me. You've got Carl. You've got lovely daughters. You know all of us. You're winning, fam. Look at you. You make great bracelets. So delicious. So what's going on, everybody? Talk to me. It's Sunday. And Sean's asking Evelyn how the first week of school was. So, yeah, that's one thing that I kind of want to talk about. So, with our granddaughter, um, when we drop her off and pick her up from school, they don't want us to get out of the car. So they were like, we'll get the door, we'll open the door, close the door, or whatever. And they don't want you to buckle the kids into their safety belts or safety seats or whatever in the line. They want you to go off to the adjacent parking lot and do it there. So we've been having the girl get in the front seat with us. And if I'm by myself, she gets in the front seat. And then she's too small to reach to close the door in a big SUV. And the teachers are standing there like, but they don't want us getting out to close it. So I'm just sitting there waiting for them to come close the doors. Or in the morning, I'm waiting for them to come and open the doors to let her out. But because they've got on to me, because I was getting out and opening the doors and getting her out, just like we did at preschool. And they're like, well, we'll get the doors. We'll get the doors. But then they're just like, come on, folks. Come on. Come on. Either you're going to be on the ball here because you're making me look bad, because you don't want me to get out of the car. Come on. Jennifer says, someone wake Jackie up and ask her to list our Friendsgiving and meetup on low-carb events. So, Jennifer, are we good to go for a prelim announcement of the spring meetup, or is it still too early for that? Giving away a lot to family and friends. She needs to get our granddaughter another pink one. She would love that. Cindy, I kept the beautiful cutting board your sweetie made. But that's the thing. It's like they're talking, they're like all on this, like they're trying to make it a well-oiled machine, but then they're just like, pay attention. There's like, I think 300 cars that have got to go through this line. And we all have a number placard that goes in the thing. And as we get in the line, then as a person that walks up the line and texts out the numbers to them or whatever, so they know who's going to be what, and they put them at different cones and you pick them up. So they've got a system, but then they're not paying attention and opening and closing doors the way that they talk about it. It's like, well, am I getting in? Let me know. I'll get out and get her in real quick. So, it's just irritating to me. Brenda Foley says, good morning. Well, welcome, Brenda Foley. I'm so glad you are here. So glad you are here. And Sean says, we need one of those minivans with the auto opening doors and stuff. I mean, we have a gigantic Kia Telluride. It's a big car. It's third row seating and all that stuff. Captain's chairs in the middle. It's nice. But she's just little and she can't reach the doors because it's a big SUV. And they're telling me not to get out of the car. I'm like, well, you got to pick one. Either I can get out and take care of this or what? It's frustrating. Evelyn says, I'm working with a similar class as I did last year. We lost 2 that graduated to middle school. Nothing unexpected. For the first week, I need a better way to deal with stress. Have you tried vodka? I'm just kidding. Let's see. We don't want that. I hear there's some gummy bears that can keep you bouncing here and there and everywhere, especially now in Ohio. Let's see. Jennifer says, Joe says May 24th is the best date for him. No promises, but sounds good. We need to confirm price. Do it. I love telling folks you can either be part of the problem or part of the solution. Come on, get your stuff together. Well, that's the thing. It's like, and like we were buckling in, like we even pulled to the side and they were like, gave us a stern talking to. And I'm like, well, what do you want from us? I don't know. That's not duck food. I mean, what's Carl doing? I'm sure you and Carl could figure a way to deal with that stress. And it's not even after dark yet. Let's see. Vodka works for me. I just say I'm not. No. Rick says stress or steak helps me with stress. Steak, you're not wrong. Need to watch anger management. Anger management. I'm like, oh, Bruce Faber. Home. I know. I need an after dark show. I even made a let me see if I can bring it up. Let's see if I can find it here real quick. That's not going to let me do what I want to do. I even have a thumbnail for After Dark, but I don't even know, you know. There's an eighth Thorpe again, sleazy. I'm just trying to help. I'm the idea man. You know what? You're like, hey, I need suggestions for stress. I know how I like to deal with stress. You feel me? Simmer down, simmer down. You should be thanking me, I think. I don't know. I don't know how this works. I don't know what your dynamic is. I'm just here, man. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can moderate you. Ain't nobody gonna hold me down. Oh no. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Semi-retired Bob is in the house. Good morning, sir. How are you, Bob? It's been a while since I've seen you. I hope you're doing good. Are you in the? Have you fully transitioned to Texas, or I don't know what you're doing. Yeah, you know, you're just suggesting a little more cardio. Hey, I mean, whatever floats. You know what I'm saying? Whatever floats. Bob's lurking in here. I'm pretty well caffeinated at this point, Bob. I'm about 20 some ounces into this 40-ounce thing. Not to say that I won't probably take a nap in a little while, but I get up at 6, hang out with y'all for about 2 to 3 hours, and then do some stuff. I got a video I need to edit. I need to get out. I've been editing it for a long time. Well, I started editing it. I got it all together. It's basically about this community, how we need to band together and all that stuff. I've been talking about it for a while. I need to just get it done and get it out. And we'll see how things go. I have my tools and I'm off to fix a plumbing problem for my customer. Well, thank you, Mr. Rick, for being here. I truly appreciate you. Thank you so very much. What's that saying? Don't yuck someone else's yum seems to fit here too. Hey, hey, hey. I may not be for everyone, but I mean, I'm just here to I'm just here with I'm just an idea man, okay? I'm just an idea man. So I don't know, you know. Evelyn says, "Bye, Rick." And Carl says, "To be honest, I don't like moderators. I prefer chaos." Chaos AD was a pretty good record if you ever listened to it. Chaos AD. He says, "Oh yeah, thanks for reminding me that I need to finish editing a video that's supposed to be out tomorrow." Did you ever listen to those Mastodon things I sent to you? Let me know. Let me know. Text me back. Bob says, "My coffee is cooking. I got home at midnight and have to be out of the door by 15 minutes. You're a busy man, sir. Well, I hope your coffee is delicious and your traveling is safe, my friend." I have to work closely with a manipulator, so going and I know this, I'm more guarded this year. Just show him who's boss, Evelyn. Don't take no stuff. You hear me? Because you're good enough, you're smart enough, and doggone it, people like you. Do you hear me? Are you seeing this face? People like you. It's true. Yeah. No, if you saw him live, then you don't know what I'm playing for you. So I'm just saying, you know. Just work today, still working on storm cleanup in Omaha. Wow. So much stuff. Carl said that quote with you. I'm glad. He's a smart man. Pretty good looking, too. Mm. I put, so this coffee is 6 Nespresso shots of espresso, the large ones. So it's basically like an Americano. And I put 3 scoops of espresso powder in there, give or take. And then I also put 2 teaspoons of chocolate core, unsweetened chocolate core in here. So it's pretty good. So I would like to think that I'd be wired, like, but I'll be like, I'll put on, I'll probably make myself some lunch when this is over and settle in to watch more of The Hateful Eight. I've seen it before, but I need to watch it again for Tuesday night. And I'm watching the uncut version, which I haven't seen before. So hopefully there's a lot more dialogue. The dialogue in Quentin Tarantino movies is just so good. And I know that it's not everybody's cup of tea because his movies typically tend to be hyper violent and very risque with the dialogue. But, you know, the Daily Affirmations by Jack Andy. I love coffee. Coffee loves me. Delicious. Be safe, Bob. Well, thank you for being here, and I hope to talk to you soon. Okay, buddy? Javelin, at the next meetup, we'll take a group picture looking all angry villagers. Anyone give you grief, show them your posse and what to be aware of. So Jennifer gets a scooter and she's in a motorcycle gang now. Karen is here. Sorry, I almost missed this one. Couldn't get up. I feel you. If I didn't have to get up and get Shanda ready and have all of you wonderful people waiting for me, I would probably still be asleep. Evelyn says Carl accidentally signed us up for Amazon Prime. What do I need to see before it's gone in a month? The Boys is good. The first couple seasons of The Boys. I haven't watched the new season yet. Reacher is good. I really, really like Bosch, and then there's another, and then really like Bosch. So, The Boys, Reacher, Bosch. There's the Terminal List. Um, there's a series called Red Oaks, which is pretty good. I think that's on Amazon Prime. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff on Prime. The downside to Prime is just having Prime, there's still commercials. It didn't used to be, they just changed it. $3 more a month and you can have commercial free. Need coffee stat. Coffee is important. Coffee is life. Coffee is everything. It's like I am your coffee messiah. Not really. I just really like it. So, like, was that what happens when you spill your Mountain Dew? You got to clean it up with this rag, or what's going on here? Mm. Oh yeah, Jack Ryan. The first season or two were good. The third season was. I tried watching it on a gummy and it didn't work so good. So I don't know what happened. Search for audiobooks. I think Prime is worth keeping. We pay for Prime every year, basically just for the shipping. But you know. And if you need to order a bunch of stuff, I know someone with a link that you could totally order through. If you've got Prime. Good morning, Karen. I just assume that you're Karen every time. I know people are like, is it Karen or the other lady? I'm just assuming that it's Karen every time. Yeah, I recall seeing an ad that you can stream movies that are still in theaters. I have not tested it yet, but it sounds cool. If you pay $20, I think the movies that are in Prime and theaters at the same time, I think they're $20. So, I mean, depending on how much you spend at the theater, it's probably a good deal. I mean, if you invite a couple people over, you know what I mean? Like people used to do back in the day with pay-per-views and stuff, you know? And I know that Amazon Prime is going to have a lot more comedy specials. Same thing with Hulu. Hulu's investing a lot of money into comedy specials because Netflix is a joke. It's kind of taken off. There's a lot of comedy specials with Netflix and stuff. So, you know. Let's see. I don't think I watched that one. But I'm trying to think on Prime. I'm trying to think if I watched there was a show that I watched on Prime. It was about like a company that had this way of looking into the past. They were able to utilize and look at the past, um, and actually watch the past. It was weird. It was like a very limited series. It was like one season, and that was all condensed. It was all together. And then Amazon Prime also had a show. I can't remember if it was Amazon Prime or Hulu, where like these people had this portal where they could go into space. I don't know. It was pretty good, but it was only one season. Yeah, I mean, I think the last time we've taken our kids out, 4 of us, with popcorn and sodas and all that stuff, and the movie tickets was about $80, $70. But I mean, we didn't have they don't have food there, I don't think. I mean, not like food like a sit down place. It's a smaller mom and pop shop, like 8 screens, but you know. I mean, sometimes just kind of going on a date night thing. Like we're gonna go see we're going to the comedy club later this month to see we're going the 23rd to see David Lucas. And I got preferred seating, so hopefully they put us up front. And then that way we can Chandra's upset because she's afraid that David's gonna roast her, but we'll see. I don't think he will. I think if you don't talk, none won't be none type thing with David. But David's fun. He's from Kill Tony fame. I hope if you truly like comedy and you don't have sensibility issues, like you don't like things that don't offend you very much, Kill Tony is a good show every Monday night. It's like 2 hours every night or every Monday night. It's pretty good. We just watched, if you like animated shows, we just watched Exploding Kittens on Netflix. It's one season. It's it's this series based on a card game. But basically the kind of the premise of the show is uh like God is in trouble because he's been like slacking on taking care of humans on Earth, and he hasn't been doing his job, so they send him to Earth as a kitten or as a cat. And then the same thing happens to Beelzebub, the daughter of Satan. She gets in trouble in hell, and she's been like not coming up with good enough stuff for hell. So they sent her up as a cat, and then like they have to help this family, and it's pretty funny. It's animated. It's hilarious. Well, thank you so much. If you haven't used my link before, then that'll work very well. I hope that I don't know if you have or not. Um, yeah. And I get that, but it's sometimes like if there's stuff you want to do, then do it. Like our anniversary was on a Tuesday night. We didn't do a live. We just moved it. I mean, I get, I mean, as sad as we would be, you not being live on a Friday night, I understand you guys going and doing something else as a couple makes sense. Especially, a comic that we really want to see. It's actually odd because on a Friday night, typically we wouldn't be able to go. But Shander took off the Saturday because it's our granddaughter's birthday party that Saturday. So it made it possible for us to go out on a Friday night and not have to struggle to get her up in the morning. So, we watch movies here and there. I usually watch at least one movie a week just because of the live stream that I do. But, you know, sometimes Shannon and I will watch movies. We often watch TV shows. Like we just finished watching that Exploding Kittens show. We watched that the show Todd and the Book of Pure Evil, which there was a 2 seasons and it kind of ended on a cliffhanger. And then about 7 years later, they made a movie. And the movie we watched. So what is that now? Animated series. Yeah. Some animated series are really good and some are not. I haven't heard of this one yet. But there's some movies that are coming on Amazon or on Netflix that look okay. Silly action comedy movies and stuff that we'll watch, whatever. Yeah, we watch TV shows, and then sometimes we just default and we'll just put on we'll put on Golden Girls or whatever. No, Exploding Kittens show is not appropriate for kids. Not at all. It's an adult animation. Yeah, I would say it's definitely not okay for kids. Jen says, "My brother lives next door to Deer Creek and he rocks out to all the concerts for free. For his 70th birthday party, it will be ZZ Top and Leonard Skinner." That'd be pretty cool. Sounds like a good time. I haven't been to Deer Creek in a while. It's our amphitheater. It's technically called Ruoff Mortgage Amphitheater or whatever. It's been like 5 different names, but Deer Creek is what it had the name in '91 when it opened. But I haven't been in a while. Their last show that I kinda wanted to go see was Slipknot. They were doing, like, their, like, all older material, but I didn't get a chance to go to that show, and then there was somebody recorded it pretty well, like, I mean, it was a decent recording, like, upfront recording of the entire set, so I got a chance to watch some of that. Yeah, the show just came out a couple like, maybe 2 months ago. Yeah, so I think we tried to play the game, and the game was kinda convoluted. I think we tried to play the game. I don't think there was I forget what we tried to play it, but yeah. But the cartoon's funny. I mean, it's adult cartoon, but yeah, I mean, I don't know if the game is for kids or not. I mean, our kids are all grown, so we would play it with our kids because our youngest is 20. So, um, yeah. But that's cool you're a toy buyer. Shander's a reseller, but we don't do she does stuffed animals a lot, but we don't buy new stuff. We all buy just older stuff, like vintage stuff usually. Oh, yeah, for sure. That's a definite loss. But it's good that they can keep going. Yeah, same company as Cards Against Humanity, and, yeah, that's a fun game too if you get the right cards. I'm trying to think, Mike Judge is involved in that cartoon. I think he's one of the producers. So he did Beavis and Butthead and he did, King of the Hill and all that stuff. I've heard that too, but I think they've been kind of that's been the rumor going around, but I don't know how true it is. And I don't know who they would get. I've because there's been different vocalists that have been kind of touted and they've all come out and said it's not them. So I don't know who's going to be doing it. I got a chance to see Linkin Park one time. We watched 2 songs and left. They'd never been a band that I'd care for much. We had good seats too. We got gifted some seats, but I wanted to see Chris Cornell. It was Chris Cornell. He played before them. So it was kind of cool to get to see them. He did his solo stuff. He did some Soundgarden stuff, and he did some of the whatever the band was that had Rage Against the Machine in it. I can't think of the name of it right now. But yeah, yeah. I was surprised because Black Dahlia Murder is one of my favorite bands to see live and on record. I listen to them all the time. I used to, and I saw them on their last tour with Trevor. And then the pandemic really, really, really like Trevor was very kind of like like a depressed guy. You didn't really know it, but like then when they had a big tour booked and then it fell through and then he deleted himself. So I was thinking the band wouldn't go on, and then their guitar player moved over to vocals, and they brought back one of their older guitar players to fill out the lineup, and they're on tour now. They're coming here in October, so I'm trying to go see them play in October with the new lineup and the new vocalist. It's not going to be the same because you can't replace Trevor, but I got to see them about 12 times with Trevor, so Yeah, that was the only time I got Audio Slave. Yeah, that was the only time I ever got to see Chris Cornell. I saw The Offspring in '99. It was The Offspring, The Flies, and it was when um the Cut My Life into Pizzas band came out. That was like their first tour. Oh, I saw them play. I can't remember the name. It was The Flies opened up. I don't think I mean, there's just like there's bands that I would love to see. I just don't want to see them now. Like I'd love to have seen Green Day in '94, but I don't want to see Green Day now. I'd go see Green Day if they were going to play Dookie all the way through. Maybe some stuff off of Kerplunk, the album before Dookie. But I mean, other than that, there's a lot of bands that I'd love to go see play. Like, like if Marilyn Manson played only like the stuff off his first 2.5 records or whatever, or if Nine Inch Nails played everything up to like the Downward Spiral, they played Broken and all that stuff, or um, there's just bands that I just don't care to see with their new stuff. Yeah, I'm fickle when it comes to music. Like I loved Offspring's record when it came out, like the in the '90s. That was a good record. I remember buying that. Like, um, then I got into heavier stuff. Like even now, like I wouldn't want to go see Metallica now because it's so expensive. And you're like a football field away. Like I'm paying so much money to see something that I would be better off paying for a pay per view. Like why would I want to go see a spec one around and oh that's Metallica? I don't care to see those big shows anymore. They're so expensive. I mean, really expensive. It's like, I know we'll want to take the girl to see Taylor Swift. She's a huge Swifty little kid right now. But like tickets are going to be so expensive, and she's going to be like, wait, is that her down there? Is that Taylor Swift? Yeah, way down there. That spec is Taylor Swift. You know what I mean? And like, I like club shows. I like small club shows where I'm standing up at the monitors and I could like touch the band if I wanted to. Jen says, Evelyn, I have the Exploding Kittens game, Throw Burrito, and we haven't played it yet. We play Wizard a lot. We play Scattergories a lot. Scattergories is fun because you can be funny with it and just get it. We just try to make each other laugh with it. And I don't think it's necessarily that they're too full of themselves. One thing that we have to remember that bands these days with the ticket prices is one thing that kept ticket prices low back in the day was album sales. So the bigger a band got, the more albums they sold. The bigger their shows, but now you don't get that opportunity because yeah, you could Best Buy doesn't sell CDs anymore. Walmart has the $5 bin. They don't sell real new records. I think they sell maybe 20 different news things. Sometimes they sell some of the bigger hits on vinyl, but bands aren't making the revenue from album sales anymore. Even with Spotify and YouTube and all that stuff, that's spotty at best. So they're going to sell all the concert tickets for expensive. So basically now concerts are an experience that you're paying top dollar for. Unless musicians find another way to monetize their music or their whatever to lower concert prices, they're just going to get more and more expensive. Like Metallica, like you could get the pit tickets for Metallica for like $3,000 or $4,000, even up to $9,000, or you could sit in the nosebleeds for $60 or $70. And I understand because they're not making the money off of album sales anymore. They have to make money touring. And granted, they're making a few $1,000,000 each show probably. And I mean, they can command those prices. I can't fault them for it. People are willing to pay those prices. if people weren't willing to pay those prices, then the prices and the production would come down. But, you know, yeah, that's why I don't actually do it. I don't think Napster ruined it. Napster didn't necessarily ruin anything. Napster was a Napster was a warning call that nobody took heed to. Nobody looked at Napster as the coming storm. So there was a lot of room for record labels and musicians and stuff to get out ahead of things, and they didn't. They waited for streaming to take over, and now they make pennies for thousands of listens. So they're not making anything. Jeremiah's in the house. Good morning, sir. Good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Very much so. He is one of my good buddies that lives down the street from me, and I still never see him. Let's see. Hell freezes over to her broke concerts. They charge $200 a ticket, and people saw that and were like, we can do that. Well, I think that was still in the 90s, but I mean, I never paid more than 50 bucks. I never paid more than 30, 40 bucks to go to any show that I went to as a kid. Stadium shows. I remember going to see Smashing Pumpkins at the Infinite Sadness tour. Paid $35. Marilyn Manson stadium tour. Paid like 35 bucks. Went to Lollapalooza 97. Got 14th row. 35 bucks. So I'm saying that was, there was still room for those prices to be low because there was alternate means of revenue. You remove an artist's revenue by removing them making money on the music itself, then they're only left with making money from touring. So it's unfortunate, but that's the way it is. And I'm not saying it's necessarily right, but I mean, you can't blame a band being as big as Metallica and not monetizing themselves. And they're going to charge what they can get away with. Becky is here. Good morning, Becky. Thank you so very much for being here. I'm glad you're here. He says, all I know is they ain't going to make the money off of me. Well, I mean, that's the thing is they may not make it off of me either, but they'll make it. People are going to go. Scott is here. Platte River Keto. Mr. Scott's in the house. Good morning, sir. Thank you so much for being here. He said, from my morning ruck with the dogs, I hope you had a good time. Hope that was a good workout. Well, the thing that drives me crazy about Ticketmaster is Ticketmaster puts tickets on sale. Okay? People buy the tickets from Ticketmaster. And then Ticketmaster then gives them an outlet to turn around and resell those tickets at a higher price, which Ticketmaster then takes another cut of fees from. And then it can kind of keep going. So somebody can turn around and sell those tickets. And every time those tickets are sold, there's a fee removed. There's a fee taken. So Ticketmaster's found a way, almost like an infinite money glitch. So that drives me crazy. But at the same time, it's like, if you buy something, you should be able to resell it if you want to. But it's like the way Ticketmaster or tickets used to be with eBay, you couldn't sell tickets for more than face value on eBay. And I remember I got Tool tickets. A buddy of mine, I got Tool tickets to see Tool before Lateralis came out. And it was a small club tour. And we got tickets to see them at the Riviera in Chicago. Tickets sold out in 6 seconds. So the ticket place that we went to, they got 3 sets of tickets out. There was 2 people in front of us. They got tickets. We were third in line. We got 2 tickets. That was it. Gone. And we paid face value, and we were looking on eBay. There was because there was a New York date, a Chicago date, an Atlanta date, I think maybe an LA date. I can't remember. And they were going for you buy this, you can buy Darkwing Duck for $22,000, and I'll toss in these Tool tickets for you. That was kind of what they were doing. Well, yeah, Metallica kind of showed their colors with Napster. I think instead of suing Napster, they should have looked at what Napster was doing and figured out how to monetize digital sales. So there were bands doing this. So like I remember when a band that I really like called Circus Survive, they released an album and they were selling it direct on their website digitally for $5. $5. I was like, sold, $5. If every band was doing that, selling a digital copy for $5, and now I know bands are making money off of vinyls and they're putting out these big elaborate vinyl sets for $200-$300, but it still doesn't make up for album sales. So, happy birthday to Becky. I can't sing, so don't expect me to. You'll be wishing I didn't sing. But, it's crazy. I'm so happy that you had a birthday 2 days ago. Becky's finally 21. Who's taking her out? Everybody wishing you happy birthday, Becky. So good, so good. Sean saying, well, bots are buying up all the tickets and reselling them for double. I mean, we've got to figure something out. And I mean, right now, of course, Ticketmaster's not going to be upset with that because they're getting their cut 2 or 3 times over. Cindy says, last concert we went to was Roger Hodgins. I have no idea who that is. Let's see. Brian wanted to go. We have tickets in October to see Jeff Dunham. He is hysterical. Yeah, I remember he got me in trouble when I was a kid. Watching his stand-up comedy, I was laughing so hard I could barely breathe. Rude, 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 rude. Jennifer's rude. She says, Becky, Dustin might sing. Rude. But yeah, I mean, I think there was a lot of missed opportunity. I mean, I worked for a music distribution company in the 90s from 98 to 2007. And I watched the slow decline of CD sales because that's what we did. We would ship orders of CDs to Walmart, Kmart, and then we started shipping them to Best Buy. We would put together the deep catalog stuff and send them to Best Buy, and we would even send them for new Best Buy stores opening up. We'd send them these gigantic orders full of all the music they would need to fill their shelves. And you would see the decline. I left there in 2007. They basically went out of business in 2008. But I saw the company that I work for was looking at things like they were looking at kiosks. So you would go into like a Walmart and go to a kiosk and pick 10 songs and it would burn a disc for you right there. So basically you could buy custom discs or whatever. But I mean, even at that point, like CDs were still kind of going away and MP3s were kind of the big thing because even at that point I had, in my car, MP3 disc, I had a CD player, but it played MP3 discs. So each disc was basically like a band's discography. And, if their discography was 6 or 7 records, you could have all their records on one disc. You just pop in one disc and listen to everything they've done. So you didn't need a CD per album anymore. And I think there was just nobody understood. Nobody had the foresight. Nobody knew what was going to happen when it came to technology and where we are. I mean, think about the idea of streaming. Think about me talking with you right now, people all over the world in different countries. People tune in and watch from Australia, Canada, South America, all over the place. So, Super Tramp. Okay, yeah. I've heard of Super Tramp. I don't know anything they sing. That doesn't mean that I haven't heard them. My brother's in the house. What's up, Leaky Leaky? Do the Cookie Monster vocals. If only I could, I would be in a band. Oh, I thought that name sounded familiar. They ought to be really good. Just got to work, watching me stream. 2.5 hours in, still got coffee. I'm going to try to bring that freezer over to your house tonight. If I can get Hunter to come over and help me load it up in the garage, from the garage in the truck, and then from the truck to your house. If I can get him to do that. It's not heavy. It's just I can't lift it by myself. And my brother's name is Brandon. We call him Leaky. He's got to go. Got to handle my meat. It's not. It's still daylight, buddy. Mm. I need to get my brother on it on a live stream one day, so you guys can get a chance to meet him. And once we get him back on the keto road, he can talk about his stuff. You know, just getting him back on track would be very awesome. But he's a butthead. You know, he's a butthead. So anyway, what else is going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? I'm almost out of coffee, y'all. You're off at 6:30-ish. Okay. If I can get someone to come over and help me grab that freezer, I'll be over to bring it to your house. Yeah, that's Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, Evelyn. There's a leak in the boat. And then the leak goes, ah! Cindy said, finished my Alani. Now I need something else to drink. Had you tried coffee? I hear it's delicious. Becky needs a refill of her coffee. Cindy's all yuck, yuck, yuck. Coffee is delicious. Sean says, not looking forward to this electrical work I have to do today, but I got to strap on my big boy pants and get it done. Jennifer Lucas says, I've got a dolly and can come along if that helps. A dolly would help. Yeah, I mean, that would mean I don't have to carry it all the way up the driveway. But just getting it from the dolly into the truck and then from the truck onto the dolly. Where's there a Dunkin' on the way between you and work? Or did you go to the did you go to the Dunkin' in Brownsburg? Yeah, yum, yum, yum. Phrasing. Has anybody heard of phrasing? You sell Dunkin' Donuts at work, or the little glass jars or something? Or do you guys have a Dunkin' inside of your work now? I mean, Kroger next door has a Starbucks. So, like in Brownsburg, Kroger has a Starbucks, and then catty corner from that Kroger is an actual Starbucks, and then that Starbucks is right next to the freeway, and on the other side of the freeway is, you guessed it, another Starbucks. So you've got a Starbucks on either side of the freeway, and then a Starbucks inside the Kroger. Oh yeah, because Dunkin's loaded with sugar. Yeah, 13.7 ounce bottle, and it's probably got 35 grams of carbohydrates in it. So many Starbucks. And it's weird because anybody remember Lewis Black back in the 90s or the early 2000s? He had a comedy routine where he's like, I found the end of the world. I found the end of the world, and it's in Texas. He's like, I was in a Starbucks, and I left the Starbucks, and across the street from that Starbucks was another Starbucks. Good gracious. Becky says, I have a boatload of laundry. I don't mind separate them, but folding and putting them away is a chore. I always manage to lose a sock. I don't mind doing the laundry. And that's the one house chore thing that I make Shander do is just fold the laundry. I put it away or I'll put it on hangers or whatever, but I hate folding and separating laundry. I'll wash it. I'll take it from the bedroom to the laundry room, from the laundry room back. But she has to fold it. That's like I'll do the dishes, I'll clean the kitchen, I'll do everything. Folding the laundry, I don't want to do it. Has to be at least one. Cindy says, here in Richmond, they just built a Starbucks on one side of Freddy's, and on the other side is a Dutch Brothers. I don't even know if we have Dutch Brothers here yet or not. I don't know. When we were in Seattle, we went to Starbucks that was inside another Starbucks. Let's see. Dryers eat socks. They do indeed. Let's see. I'm finding the second 100 pounds is much harder to lose than the first. Well, yeah. You didn't gain it overnight. You're not going to lose it overnight. You're going to lose the first 100 pounds a lot faster. But remember, it took a long time to put that weight on. Leaky said, I needed a boost. Haven't slept well in 2 nights. Well, you need to get some rest, buddy. For everyone just coming in, hit the like button, please. There's only like 24 of them, 24 likes. And somewhere in an alternate universe, you'll find those missing socks. Yeah, it was funny because in the episode, one of the episodes of Exploding Kittens, there were gremlins that there were sock stealing gremlins. Always a missing sock or Tupperware lid. Yeah. No doubt, Scott. My last 25 is harder than the first 100. That's the thing is we've gotten there. We just got to keep going. Uncle Big Guy says I made a 3-foot square platform that fits into the bumper hitch so I don't have to lift it in my van. Oh, nice. Scott, I had a successful rhythm, but in time my body is demanding some sort of change. Like quarters, nickels, dimes, Canadian money? What are you looking for? Yeah. I think I'm out of coffee. No. That's it. I'm out of coffee. Oh my goodness. Heath, I don't think any Tupperware lids match up with any of my containers. Oh no, Dustin is out of coffee. Rude. Time to quit if you're out of coffee. I mean, I'll talk as long as you guys are willing to give me stuff to talk about. If you guys aren't commenting, I'm getting out of here. I found a rupee in my change a couple days ago. Very nice. I kind of gave up on tracking my weight. It's going to be what it's going to be. I feel like I have already given up enough. I kind of wonder, like, the sacrifices that we make in the beginning are a lot. And then I feel like then when we get down to dialing in, there's more sacrifice to be made to dial in. And I wonder what is like the return? Like is the return good enough for the where like I'm giving up this to get this, but is this worth giving this up now? So I mean, for some people, yes, and then some people no. Some people, the end result is more important than what they're giving up. I'm looking that up now, Leaky. Give me a second. You heard? You heard? So, yeah. Becky says, I'm at a stall. I have not weighed myself. I can't handle disappointment. Well, that's the thing is small little tweaks. Just finding what works, but don't get discouraged and don't give up. Um, Sean's asking, what are some of mine and Chandra's bucket list of places to go? She's been to some places that I want to go. I want to go to Norway, Sweden. I want to go to like the Netherlands. Um, I want to go to Europe. I want to go to Iceland. I mean, there's obviously places in the United States that I haven't been to. I'd love to go to Montana and Utah. I want to go to that lake in Montana where they have all the colorful rocks and you can see them in the water. I would love to see that. Things like that. I'd love to go to like Breckenridge and go to like some of those towns in the winter where they're like, like the snowy peaks. I'd love to go to some of those snowy cottage villages and Switzerland in the wintertime, you know. Well, I think something like triple B and E may not be sustainable long term, but like do a week of BB and E and then do a week of keto. Do a week of triple B and E, then a week of keto. Maybe throw a day of fasting in there. You know what I mean? Like just mixing things up a little bit can go a long way. But yeah, I just think there's so many places that I would love to go. Like I want to go to, I want to take our granddaughter to Paris. I want to go back to Disney. I want to go to Disneyland. I want to go to all the Disney parks, you know. Jennifer says, I don't really feel like I'm giving much of anything up. Maybe I miss Indiana homegrown tomatoes and sweet corn on occasion. And I don't see those things as something you can have that's truly out of the realm of a healthy diet, like a healthy way of eating, having corn here and there. Like, do you think our ancestors didn't eat corn? They didn't eat tomatoes? Of course they did, but they only had them when they were in season. Karen says, I decided I need a new scale because mine lies to me all the time. Yeah. If you find one that tells the truth, I'll be totally, yeah. Excuse me, sir. Did I hear you mention Houston? I wouldn't mind. I want to go to Austin and just see all the comedy. There's comedy clubs all over 6th Street. I don't know. I mean, I need to go to San Antonio. There's a Dustin Cade Street. Um, Houston, I don't know. What's in Houston besides you two? It's like, I don't hear you guys like, I got to get to Indianapolis. So Brandon's asking, what's triple B and E? That's beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. Pretty easy. Uncle Big Guy, you have a wonderful day. I truly appreciate you here. You have a good time. Be safe, and we'll see you next week, buddy. Yeah, beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. Sean says, Michelle and I both put back on a lot of weight switching to carnivore. We like to think that it's us exercising more caused it, but I don't know for sure. Did you put on weight? Did your clothes size go up or did they go down? I mean, weight doesn't tell the whole story. Becky says, I'm with you, Jennifer. Corn and yams. Otherwise, I eat foods like meat, bacon, eggs, butter, pork rinds. Yeah. Definitely what I thought. I want to go to all the zoos. I'm not worried about whether those are keto friendly. They're too inflammatory for me. Oh, okay. You're not coming to Indy. You're going to Columbus, and I'm going to meet you in Columbus. Remember? At least that's what you said anyway. You didn't say anything about coming to Indy. You're coming through like St. Louis, and then you're as I dig in my nose. Not what I was expecting. What were you thinking it was going to be? Nobody mentions Bedford, Virginia on their bucket list of places to visit. I mean, people think of Indianapolis, Indiana, but it's because they want to go to Indianapolis 500 or something like that. You know what I mean? Yep, zoos are inflammatory. I was just talking with Shander last night about zoos. Like, I think about stuff like SeaWorld, and I think how sad that is, like, especially like Marineland and all that stuff, and some of the things that I've seen, and how they're keeping these animals in there their entire lives, like 40 years, and they're not seeing another animal like themselves. And they're just seeing like inside of this pool, and they're just like swimming in circles, and how sad that is. Like, how sad would it be to be alone? And I understand that, like, kids want to see that stuff and people want to see these animals doing tricks and stuff, but like, is it worth it? I don't think it is. And I think zoos are good for animals that are like small and don't need a lot of room, and you can give them enough room to where they don't realize that like they're in a contained area. Like they're not migratory birds, they're not migratory animals, but like lions and tigers and stuff, and they're in these small areas, and they don't get to run and have huge open plains. I don't think it's fair. And I think we should probably, and I mean, it's like, you want kids to see these animals, but at the same time, and I'm not like, it's like the thing is like, I think there are certain points and topics that vegans get right. And I think, eating meat, I don't think is the problem. But I think the inhumane thing about the way zoos and aquariums are, where these animals don't get to interact with other animals. There's like one place in like Marineland, one of the Marineland places, where there's been a manatee for like decades by itself, all by itself. How miserable! How unfair is that? And we have the way to change. They could bring another manatee in or something. Goodness gracious. You'll have to text it to me. Heath, when will you be in Indiana? Jen's asking. So you can pick your friends, you can pick your nose, but please don't wipe your friends on the. Oh yeah. That's pretty. Like you. I can't even. It's way too far away from After Dark for that. Let's see. Michelle's clothing size has changed. Mine hasn't because I like baggy clothes, but they're a little less baggy though. So I kind of wonder, I kind of wonder if pure carnivore for some people is not the best thing. Like, because I mean we have like Brian in here sometimes talks about that. He lost weight doing keto, then when he went carnivore, he started gaining weight, and his A1C started going up and stuff. So I kind of wonder, you know. I wonder if that's even enough. You know what I mean? Like, is that enough open space for these animals? I don't think we're giving them what they truly deserve. But yeah, because I know that Heath and them said that they were coming in through, and I know that Matreya's already set up a spot in Columbus, and that's where I planned on meeting with them. So I don't know if they're actually coming through Indiana or not, or whatever the case is. Cindy says, I gotta go. You'll have a great day. Well, thank you for being here, dear. Give Brian a big hug from me. Tell him I love him. And I will see you guys soon, I hope. Okay. Yeah. So I think maybe I might go ahead and sign off for the day because I'm out of coffee. Y'all just gotta go. Let's go ahead and thank our lovely members. I appreciate all of you. I need to pare this down. I don't think this is an accurate representation of everybody. I think I've gone down one, so need to update this. But I truly appreciate all of you and everything you do for this channel. Yeah, so I truly appreciate all of you. I care for you from the bottom of my heart. Again, please go look at the description of this video. Click on that video. Find out what you need to do to enter into the giveaway that we will be pulling the names for next week on the Sunday Live. Me and you picking the winner for the 2 bags of salty, the jar of Cocoa Zen, and the egg cooker that cooks 7 eggs. Follow up with me. Make sure you get entered correctly so when I pick the names, your name is one of them and you can win. I love your faces. I love all of you. I will see you guys Tuesday. Most likely we will be here Tuesday. As far as I'm aware, we'll be here Tuesday. I don't see any reason we'll not be. That being said, thank you all. Love you a long time. Until we meet again.